Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I am here today to show you how I made the cute little tea and biscuit holders that I shared as part of the Creativity Abounds blog hop today. Our theme for this month is Christmas or gift packaging. And these little tea bag holders and treat holders are perfect. So I'm going in a craft fair, and so I'm going to make a bunch of these. Actually, I've made a bunch of these. And I'm going to sell them. They're great for stocking stuffers. They're great to put as table favors. So you can fill them out. So they hold a tea bag, but you can also put a little treat on the inside. You could probably put some chocolate squares, the Ghirardelli chocolate squares in them, and some other treats. But I chose to do tea and a biscuit holder. So I thought I'd show you how easy they are to make, so you can make a bunch of these up for your holiday table or for stocking stuffers. Okay, so let me switch over and I will show you how to get started. So this is the cute little package that somebody would get. It's made from a piece of 6x6 designer series paper. Now, you could use maybe 12 by 12, although I don't have the measurements. It would be much bigger, and you could treat it. Wouldn't that be fun as a loaded envelope? Oh my gosh, I hadn't thought of that. So I might have to do that at some point in time. But I'm doing 6x6 designer series paper. You could use cardstock as well. I've got a cute little tag and some ribbon. And then I've got a tea bag on each side, and I put a little package of biscotti on the inside. So you could use, little chocolate squares or other treats on the inside. So let me show you how easy this is. Now, I'm going to do this in Imperial. Because that's the measurements I have. In the blog post, I will put the metric measurements on it as well. Really, yeah, I will put the metric measures. I mean, because you're using 6x6 and because the paper is the same size, I'll do just a straight conversion. But check the blog post. The link is underneath this video to the blog post with the actual written instructions and the measurements. Okay, so I've got a piece of 6x6 designer series paper. I'm using, this is the Joy of Noel stamp set. There is dies that go with it. I'm going to keep it kind of simple and just make a tag out of some circles. There's a great to and from you can use if you want to, or I am just going to do some stamping using the images that are in this stamp set. And this is the paper that is part of that suite. It's called Joy of Christmas. This is my absolute favorite piece in the package. On the other side is kind of a wood grain that it looks like it's kind of hand-drawn wood grain. It's really pretty. Okay, so what you do for this is you're going to have your piece of designer series paper as a diamond. I'm going to say at an angle. It is kind of at an angle. And you're going to put the points, the 2 points in the track. So line those 2 points up with the track of your trimmer. And we're using the scoring blade only on this. So after you've cut your piece of designer series paper to 6x6, it's all scoring. So you're going to score at along that in half, basically. And then you're going to move the points to the 1/2 inch mark. And again, I will give the metric measurements for this, but it's 1/2 inch on your trimmer. So we're just going to line up those 2 points on one side of the first score line at 1/2 inch, and we're going to score again. And then you're going to move it to the other side. So this is that very center score line. So line up that center score line with the 1/2 inch on the other side. It doesn't matter which order you do this. So you're doing 1/2 inch on either side of that center score line. Okay, so then you're going to turn your piece of paper 90 degrees, again, still in a diamond shape. And you're basically going to line up the points with the edge of the trimmer. So this is the very left edge of the white or kind of gray part of the trimmer. Line up those points, and if you look, the center point is lined up at 2 3/4. Just make sure your points are lined up. That will make sure it's straight. And then this point is at 2 3/4, and we're going to score again. And then you're going to turn it 180 degrees and do exactly the same thing. So the points lined up with the edge of the white or gray, kind of the last markings, measurements, and it'll be at 2 3/4 for the point, and we're going to score again. That's it. So easy. Okay, so what you want to do is we're going to now fold, depend on which side you want. I want this pretty side to be the outside that you see. So we're going to fold these points. So these are the ones we did, the last ones at 2 3/4. We're going to fold those into the center, turn it, fold the other one into the center. You can already see it starting to take shape. Now, this one, this is one I did. So it has a kind of a W look to it when you fold. So the very center score line is going to be folded upwards. So fold it in half. But these are the pockets, right? So this is going to point upwards. If you think about that, these are the pockets. They go to the outside. But for the moment, we're going to fold them to the inside and burnish. And then you're going to fold back on that other one. So again, fold it in half with the pockets facing the inside to start. Give it a good burnish. And then fold back on the 1/2-inch flaps in both directions. So those pockets will now be on the outside. So there's no adhering on this pocket or this little treat container. So what you want to do now is punch a hole. So you've got a hole punch. I grabbed, I think this is still available. It's got the little ribbon, the ribbon hole. I'm trying to think of the name. So I'm just going to take this and just make sure. I think it will work. Yeah. So you can use a hole punch, or I've just got that little ribbon hole there. And that's what we're going to use for a ribbon. I went ahead and punched out 2 circles. So the shaded spruce circle is a 2-inch circle. I've just used the 2-inch circle punch. And then I punched a white one from the 1 3/4-inch circle punch. So I'm going to grab my tuxedo black memento. And I'm just going to let's just grab some blocks here. See what I can fit. I don't know that this Joyous is going to. Actually, that Joyous will just fit. So I'm going to stamp that in shaded spruce. It will just fit, I think. Yes, good. You could use the to and from. There's a little tiny to and from stamp in this Joy of Noel. But I'm going to now take, there are 2 of the little, there's my block. There are 2 of the holly leaves. I'm just going to use one. Oops, I wanted to. Oh, no, I've got my black. Okay, I'm going to stamp my holly leaves. I'm going to do just a little bit of coloring. Just kind of adding some detail. If you didn't want to use the black, you could do these in shaded spruce as well. And there are some tiny little, actually no, I'm not going to use those because I've got some embellishments I'm going to use. So there are, I'll show you those in just a sec. So I'm just going to take and color these. I'm using the light shaded spruce. I will add some red to this because I've got a lot of green going on. So just bear with me as I color these. There we go. Now, before that can go on there, I think I'm just going to, actually I'm going to pop it up. I was going to just glue it flat, but I think I'm going to pop it up using dimensionals like that. Now, the embellishments are, they're called Loose Holly Gems and Sequins, and there are gold musical instruments, holly leaves, and these great red gems. So I am going to take a little bit of glue. So I'm just gonna try to put a dot of glue. And I'm going to use the putty end of my take your pick tool and try and just pick up. Okay, I'll put, they're quite large, so you probably can only get a couple. So we'll just put one on that one, but it just adds that pop. Come on, off there. There we go. That pop of color to your tag. Now the ribbon that goes with this suite is this gorgeous, it's a large check ribbon, and it is in basic black and very vanilla. So I'm going to, oh, scissors need to be cleaned. Okay, I'm going to take and run this through the hole that I punched gently because I don't want it to rip. And I'm going to, oh, I did rip it on the other side. Okay, I'm going to have to glue this together. So make sure when you're punching a hole that it is, it's a little closer to the, or a little farther down from the top than I managed to get mine. But that will, a glue dot will hold it in place. And then I'm just going to gently tie a bow like that. Or you could just tie a single knot if you don't want a bow, or you struggle with bows. The more you do bows, the better you'll get. It's my theory. All right, just trying to get this so I don't pull the ends. I want a little bow. I don't want a big bow. So you can fuss with that. So there we go. There's the bow. And I'd like the tails to be a little bit downwards, but they're not behaving. So you could, yeah, well, there we go. Just kind of turn it. You could put a glue dot underneath that to hold it in place if you want. And then, oops, I lost one of my gems, fell off. Decided I'm rushing it because it's not quite glued on. And then I'm going to take, now I do want, so I'll show you what this looks like with my tea in it. So the tea bag just fits in like that and like that, and then the little biscotti or the little cookie or whatever you put goes like that. And now I think I'm just going to put mine here. On my other one, I have it, because I put the ribbon, I actually punched a hole in my tag and put my ribbon through. But I'm going to just take and put this joyous tag on with a dimensional down low. So depending on the size of your tag that you put on and how you attach it, you can, so I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals down there and put that on like that. It'd be better if it was straight. There we go. So there we go. So there's that one. And the other side, you just have it. So if you really wanted to, you could coordinate the color of your packages of tea with your packaging, your designer series paper. So that's the first one that I did. Again, the tag is put on because I've got a hole. I used a hole punch and punched the hole in the tag. So the tag is attached there. And then I used one of the other pieces of designer series paper in this package. I like this one too. All right, so some quick and easy. Once you get the hang of them, they are very quick and easy. Little treat packages that you could fill with tea and a biscuit, or chocolate and a biscuit, or chocolate and more chocolate. And I think if you tried it in, so those are 6 by 6, so a quarter sheet of designer series paper. I think you could try it with a large, like a 12 by 12, and make a loaded envelope, and you would have lots of room to fill that with some goodies. That would make a great stocking for someone instead of you filling their stocking. All right. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to hop along to all of the other amazing projects that are part of the Creativity Abounds blog hop today. Also, we've done a tutorial, so if you're interested in that tutorial, you can purchase it on off the blog through my online store. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. Hope you have a great day. Happy stamping. Bye.